we start by making sure those people that we bring to cabinet are people of integrity. And secondly, want to make sure that even beginning with myself, we'll declare our assets and want to make sure that this is well known, the purpose of coming to government, to know that it's public service. And if you are not ready to serve the public, you can go elsewhere. But we want to make sure that we start on a clear note that the people of our country stood on line, they protected the votes, not to bring a team again that will do the same thing that the other people are doing or worse. So it's a clear message, declare your asset, make sure that we are prepared to audit the outgoing government so that they tell the Liberian people of their stewardship, and to make sure that we start on a footing where people know that they come to serve the public and not themselves. If they don't understand that, they actually fall where it may.
Mr. President, like you talked about asset declaration starting from yourself and the people who work with you, as well as the outgoing administration. How do you plan to avoid the semblance of targeting people? Because some people will say these are politically motivated to tarnish their reputation or to go against them, people from certain tribes or specific parts of the country. How do you plan to avoid this?
We are aware of that. And when we talk about auditing, it's not going to be a Liberian auditing. We want to make sure that our international partners work with us for a public tender, for competent and renowned auditing firm that will be qualified at an international level to make sure they come on board to do that. We are aware of people saying witch hunting, but I don't think it's witch hunting when you have to account for your stewardship, but it has to be done in a way that is well established, entity with reputation, to make sure that it audits and make sure that it reports to the public the findings.
Well, sometimes people say that politicians make lofty promises when they are campaigning, but when it gets to governance, it becomes different. What will be different? Assuming allies of yours, family members of yours, or people who are close to you, family members, are accused of corruption during your administration, Mr. President-elect, how do you plan to tackle this specifically?
I'm not coming new to government.
Right.
Although in different positions, I ran a public corporation that was credible. And I can tell you that I come to work not with friendship. I have friends, but there is a clear line of demarcation between friendship, family, and managing. With the experience that we come with a country that celebrates 176 years, and with the life of our people living below the poverty line, I don't think we come into government again to start talking about family, to start talking about, I think we come there to make sure that we give the Liberian people hope, and I'm committed to that.
During the campaigning, you talked a lot about the country's youth, who are the majority of the population. Mr. President-elect, we know majority of them are unemployed, which some people say is a danger to the country's stability and peace. What plans do you have for the people of Liberia, especially the youth, in terms of job creation, in terms of having faith in moving the country forward? What do you have for them?
We came with a mantra that talked about, first we have a platform, And then we have in a brief platform that talks about arrest, meaning agriculture, roads, uh, the rule of law, education, sanitation, and tourism. We believe these are areas in which we can jumpstart. And in those areas, we believe that our young people who are in the majority, they need to be equipped. We need to open opportunities for them to be trained and be marketable. We also have to make sure that the quality of education that will prepare them for the job market. But to do these,
Folks, welcome to Talk TV Media Network. Welcome to another show here at Talk TV Media Network. Today is the 21st of December, 2023. Wherever you are watching us from, welcome to the show. It's Politics. It's the Thursday edition of Politics. And of course, the voice that you just heard is the voice of the president-elect, the incoming president of Liberia, His Excellency, Ambassador Joseph Nyumah Boakai. So welcome. We are here to discuss his trip to the U.S. here. A lot has been taking place, irrespective of those who have been saying all kinds of stuff about him. But he always has a way of disproving the pundits and the sycophants, those who wants to see the fall of this new administration. But as Liberians, we are here to making sure that we speak truth to power. We abreast you with happenings around the world and his trip here to the U.S. So we'll be discussing that today, and also your observation about Joseph Nyumah Boakai's visit to the USA. I assume a lot of you have been following all the trend of events here in the U.S. But we're here to update you because you need to know what is going on. So welcome to the show, all of you who are joining us this afternoon, this evening, tonight, wherever you are. Welcome, my brother P. Nyumah Foley, First Lady Naomi Goko, Kuma Avian all the way in Conakry, Guinea. All of you. Special shout out to all of you. Share the link, share the broadcast, and join the show as I await most of my colleagues that will be joining me later on. This is just a 90-minute show. We'll be out of here. Not long. 90 minutes, we'll be out of here. All right. And so the voice you heard, the voice of Joseph Nyumah Boakai, was an interview with the Voice of America, VOA, and courtesy to the Voice of America for granting His Excellency that interview. Courtesy to them for the video, for the audio as well. We have to do that in this media business because they produce that. So welcome, Teresa M. Coker, Lofa Pekin, journalists. Welcome, all of you guys. Join the show, share the broadcast. We are here to discuss issues of vital importance, issues that surrounds the country, issues how we look at Liberia, the new Liberia that we all have yearned for, the new Liberia that is in the waiting, the new Liberia that we will be seeing come January 22nd. The amazing thing is time flies. Time waits for no man. It's moving. And when you look at this speech that the old man gave, that is the speech we will dissect. But just for information's sake, to all of you, our viewers, Ambassador Boakai is still here in the U.S. He has not left yet. just so you know, he's still here. But he will be with you guys before Christmas. So just so you know, Omer doing a thing. As you have seen in the corridors of diplomacy, the engagements he has been doing, with the World Bank, with the United States Senate, staff, with various organizations. He has been meeting with so many of them, finding ways and resources because he understands what he's about to get into. He has until the George Weah administration is audited. He has a good idea of what he's about to assume. Corruption, failure, a lot he has to deal with. And if you listen to that clip, he said it, that he will fight that. If you don't want to work with his administration, the Joseph Nyumah Boakai administration, then you are not his friend. And you are not a friend of the Liberian people, as long as you are corrupt, as long as you are not in the business of cleaning the system. So if you want to work with the Joseph Nyumah Boakai administration, you must be someone who has an impeccable character, who has a love of country, who is willing to work and produce. You cannot be going to work 10 o'clock as a minister of an entity or a director. No. Offices here in America, people go to work 8 o'clock. Leaders, they show up. In fact, they show up before that. They are prompt, on time, and they are the last people to leave. But on the contrary, that's one aspect I want to talk about first. Our Liberian leaders, they are the last to show up to work around 10, 11 o'clock, and they are the first to leave, 3 or 4 o'clock. How do you expect your agency to function? How do you expect your ministry to function when you are not doing the people's business, when you are not involved into what you should be doing to further your entity or your ministry? So accountability is going to be very key. This is the area where Joseph Nyumah Boakai will be visiting most of those ministries 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And you, the minister, if you are not there in your ministry to serve the people, you get fired. Believe me, I know what I'm talking because I have a close proximity with him. I have seen him do that. I have seen him. And a lot of us young people, this new generation, don't respect time. Time is of the essence. Time is very key. So the same thing goes with you as an individual, you as an entrepreneur or a business person. If you are running your own business or you start your own business and you are not committed to it, how do you expect to prosper? How do you expect your business to do well when you are showing up late and you are the first to leave? And the people you employ, you don't know what's going on basically in your agency or your business. This is the mindset that Joseph Nyumah Boakai is bringing to the table. Show up to work. You are employed by the people to do the people's business. That's it. You are employed by the people to do the people's business. And failure, short of that, you'll be fired. Because he said it emphatically clear with this interview that anyone, he's not coming to government for friendship. I didn't say that. He said it. You heard it in that piece I just played. That he's not coming to government as a leader for friendship. He's coming and picking the people who are willing and able and capable to deliver for the Liberian people. That is what I call leadership. And he means it. You know, people who don't talk a lot, when they talk, they mean it. You go up, you come down. Nothing, they're not shaking it. That's what's happening to JMB. And that's why a lot of people, because I can tell whether you're kissing men, you're not kissing men, what his own tribes or king's men, whether if you are given a job and you try to take advantage of that because the president is from Lofa or Kisi, he's going to be the first to set an example on you. Joseph Nyumah Boakai will be hiring or appointing people who are capable. But before I get into the full text of that speech, he's been visiting lately a lot of entities here, as you can see from this photo. The ambassador, the president-elect at the World Bank, IMF. You see his entourage that he's traveling with, along with members of the World Bank, where you see Americane and all those people, and Mandela Kopa, a lot of these other Liberians, Kofi Woods, Samuel Kofi Woods, you know, and you see the old man himself right there in the middle, looking sharp, you know, as always. So that's the ambassador at the World Bank. I'm just going to give you all the highlights or the tour of what he's been doing. You know, that's the World Bank as well. So a lot is going on here in the U.S. And of course, what you just see right now is the interview that he did with the Voice of America. That is the interview that he conducted a day ago, 1 day ago with the Voice of America, right? So that's part of it, right there. And where's the next photo? This is the VOA as well. Well, you can see the inscription. That's in their studios and stuff. And Voice of America is a renowned worldwide media network empire that has been in existence for a very long time. And these are people, platforms where the ambassador speaks. When he speaks, the world listens, right? Our own platform and the old man come in. Now, our fingers not equal. You see the finger, they're not equal. So we can't equate ourselves, but we are there, right? The old man will come on our platform very soon. We'll bring him. Because the good thing I like about Ambassador Boakai is he's down to earth. You know, another person that has that characteristics is, I must give him that, is Tewon Gonglo, Councillor Tewon Gonglo. Tewon Gonglo, even if you have two people or whatsoever, most of the Liberian leaders goes to network for popularity. But leaders, true leaders, who understands that messaging is so key, the importance of messaging. Even if it is a platform that has one person or two people, the idea is the message is going across. That is what Tewon Gonglo did during the campaign. Every network, even in the very places of campaign, if Tewon Gonglo met 5 people and they gave him their time and their ears, he campaigned. Joseph Nyumah Boakai is like that. So it don't matter, oh, he can only appear on this network or this network. No. Once you go through the protocol, you make your request, he will make time to come on your network, on your platform. Right? That's it. And that's the area where the media network in Liberia need to understand that this is not journalism as usual. This is different now. The running an administration now, the way the media always run around, all expecting this and that, everybody standing with cameras in their hand or whatsoever and call themselves journalists. No. We will make sure that the people that have front and center stage are people, media institutions that are registered and paying their taxes to the Liberian government. These are the people first and foremost that should be recognized to report at the Ministry of Justice, to report at the legislature, to report at the executive mansion and other prominent ministries in the country. Because these people, these media institutions are paying their due diligence to the government. and adhering to the laws of the country by paying, registering, and paying their taxes. They should be given that preference, not someone who is not. So we'll fight against that. That's one area. So that's Joseph Nyumah Boakai. Those of you who are following us. So when you look at the next one, the next photo I will bring up, let me see. Of course, I guess that's my photo. Where is the next photo? The photo, I'm looking for my next photo of the day. That's which I like. Yeah, there you go. That's Joseph Nyumah Boakai having a early morning dinner with members of the Joseph Biden policymakers, at the White House, White House policymakers. These are United States policymakers from the White House having an early morning breakfast, roundtable breakfast. The beautiful thing most people don't understand is this is how deals are brokered in America, in the business world, as a matter of fact, around the dining table, around the breakfast table, around lunch tables. That's how we broker deals. So when you look on that table, you see the Liberian representation, you see the United States representation. I try to check on that table. You see strawberries, orange juice, a cup of coffee. Of course, you find some waffles over there, grapes and all of that good stuff. The old man is really getting it done, man. He's getting it done. He's getting ready. He's not playing. Yeah. And of course, you can see where he's taking center stage, talking and addressing. And people like Senator-elect Americone as well is keenly just looking and listening and watching, what the ambassador is talking, talking nothing but Liberia, folks. It's all about Liberia. This is what the old man is doing. So what's your observation so far? What do you think of so far of what Joseph Nyumah Boakai is doing? Right? His engagement with the world. These are the African leaders here that represents Africa as well. What are they called? Let me see. Those people that you're looking at is Joseph Nyumah Boakai having a roundtable too, with the Corporate Council on Africa, trying to understand the investment climate of Liberia, the Corporate Council on Africa. Those are the people that you're looking at. So just to give you heads up, Joseph Nyumah Boakai is still here. He's still engaging, and he's not playing.
We have to be able.
Before I bring you the rest of that speech, folks, there's something I want to remind us always of. The three major things that Joseph Nyumah Boakai campaign on. That's what I'm about to play. Just so, because we have to remind him. The best thing is to hold him accountable. The Liberian people have done their due diligence by electing him. We must hold him to the fire, his feet to the fire. He said we should think Liberia, build Liberia, love Liberia. And that is the song I'm about to play you. Right? And that is what he's doing. What is your observation? Right after that, I come back, I'll open the line. Listen to the song. Enjoy.
Liberia.
Joseph Boakai said so.
Love Liberia.
Joseph Boakai said so.
Ding Liberia.
Joseph Boakai said so.
Love Liberia.
Joseph Boakai said so.
Build Liberia.
Joseph Boakai said so.
Build Liberia.
Joseph Boakai said so. The rescue train is moving. Get on board to rescue this nation. Rescue. Oh, from crimes and corruption. Rescue. From drugs and brain drain. Rescue. Oh, from poverty and hunger. Rescue. From incompetence and failure. Let's rescue this land. The rescue train is moving. Get on board to rescue this nation. Rescue. Oh, from crimes and corruption. Rescue. From drugs and brain drain. Rescue. Oh, from poverty and hunger. Rescue. From incompetence and failure. Let's rescue this land.
Liberians for Boakai is on board to rescue this nation
Rescue.
from crimes and corruption,
Rescue.
from drugs and brain drain,
Rescue.
from poverty and hunger,
Rescue.
from incompetence and failure. Let's rescue this land. Liberians for Boakai is on board to rescue this nation
Rescue.
from crimes and corruption,
Rescue.
from drugs and brain drain,
Rescue.
from poverty and hunger,
Rescue.
from incompetence and failure.
Let's
Let's
rescue this land.
Fellow Liberians, the rescue train is moving with the captain, His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Nyumah Boakai. Rescue 1, co-captain, Senator Jeremiah Pankum. Rescue 2, and not forgetting the rescue mother, Senator Nyumah Lawrence. What's it at? Hiya, yeah. Now, fellow citizens,
Sorry about that. I know I forgot to mute or unmute myself, folks. So sorry. I didn't know I was muted. But what I was saying was we do have dev announcements at the end of the show as well. So stick with us. And also as a by way of announcements, we have been having some sort of fundraising going on for as a way of giving something out as a token for citizens, the physically challenged and older people of Foya district. So that campaign is still ongoing. And tomorrow, of course, distribution will begin tomorrow in Foya. So the announcements are on the radio. Those of you who are in Foya or know your older people in Foya, tell them the distribution will be done right to the court place, the town hall, right in front of the town hall. You go over there. Our old people go and get your lay 10 cup of rice in your lay plastic bag. Our target is 300 to 400 people. So we can do it. We've been doing it, and it's good. Because we want to make sure that we have food on the table for Christmas for our people. It's Christmas season. It's times to give, and even though it's not much, but little is much when God is in it. So that's our way, sons and daughters, through this medium as well. We've been able to raise funds to making that possible. So that process begins tomorrow and it ends Saturday. So we'll distribute everything, all the rights that we get in, including the ones that other people that are still sending money. So we will give it out. We want to bless people. The people are for you, you know. 10 cup of rice, somebody feeding their house for 2 days with 10 cup of rice, or 2 cup, 5 cups, that's something. So why so far right now we are targeting about 300 to 400 people. That's our target. I just wanted to make sure I make that announcement before I get into our politics of the day. Okay, so think Liberia, love Liberia, build Liberia. Those three pillars is what Joseph Nyumah Boakai campaign on. Urging Liberians to think Liberia, to love Liberia, and then build Liberia. It makes sense when you look at this. Because in order for you to do something, you have to think it first. You have to think about what you are doing, your business. You got to start your business or your career or whatever. You have to think about it. And then the next thing you have to do is to love that thing. You got to love it in order to be successful at it. When you love it, then you build it. You work at it. Right? So this is a citizen call to rally around one another as Liberians. That in order for Liberia to become what we all desired, we have to think for a better Liberia. We have to think about having a better Liberia. If you travel overseas and you like what you see in other countries, you like their roads, you like their environments that we live in, everything. Think about it, right? And then when you think about it, you love that environment you live in because it's so clean. It's so environmentally friendly, right? That's an environment where feces are not everywhere, where garbage is not everywhere, where the air pollution is so bad, an environment where people they want to ease themselves. They stand at the side of the road or behind a container or do whatever and just pee or defecate. No, think about a better Liberia than that. Because when you travel overseas, you travel in foreign countries, you love the people environment, you enjoy it. Right? So you think about it, you'll start working at it now. You build. That is the building aspect, making it work. Like what Liberians are doing right now, cleaning up the city of debris, trash. Trash is everywhere. Working so hard to clean up the city just right even before the elections because it's a piece of crap, a piece of mess in the country. Right? That is the Liberia that we want. The more positive messages that we speak, the more positive we talk about our country, the better it becomes for us. Right? But if we become so negative and everything we talk about Liberia is negative, it's not going to help our country. Look at yourself as a human person, as a human being. In your life, every day, if you're talking about negative, that negative things you start experiencing in your life. Negative, you attract negative energy towards you and everything that you do. But the moment that you begin to speak positive stuff, to talk positive stuff, words about yourself, to say positive things about yourself, you start attracting positive things, good things start coming your way. It is the same thing as Liberians. And so we use our network, our platform to talk about the good of Liberia because Liberia is not just all negative. There's so much good in Liberia that we have to talk about. Liberians are generous people. We are so sociable. Liberia have good food. We have good lakes. We have good forest. We have plenty animals. We have good land, soil, rich. We have a beautiful country. We just need to work at it to make it better. And so we shouldn't go to work to hit one person or kill another person because that person is standing up to make Liberia better. We should rally our hands and our resources around that person. Someone who is not willing to compromise to destroy Liberia. What does Joseph Nyumah Boakai has to gain anyway? The Pape, he said it. 100. Look at me. I almost tell you and say 179 years old. The Pape is 79 years old. He got nothing to prove to nobody, but to leave a lasting legacy. That's all he wants. So the best thing Liberians can do is to support that agenda. When you listen to that he talked about, that speech, that interview with the VOA, Voice of America, you realize he's talking things that he is focusing on right now. He thinks are practical. Number one, in that speech, he said that he, Joseph Nyumah Boakai, will be the first to set the example. That no one in his government will get into his employ or government that will not declare his assets. He talked about that. He said he, Joseph Nyumah Boakai, will be the first to declare his assets. And so if he declares his assets, anyone else coming to work in his government, you should do that. You should do that. Because the people need to know. This is how transparency begins. So the old man said that. He already knows that is the baseline for transparency by laying a fundamental role because he understands how corrupt Liberia is. And he said, I've been in government long and I know. I'm not coming in as a newbie, someone new, someone who is naive to the system. I'm coming in as someone who knows what is going on and who has a plan how to deal with it. So he said he would declare his assets, and so also should all his ministers do. That's one aspect. The next thing he said he is not coming into government to be a friend. He's not going to employ people who are just friends with brown envelopes. Oh, we're friends, my man, this and that. No, I think our friendship team a long time over. He's not going to put friendship over Mama Liberia. Listen, because when I talk too much, y'all say I'm the one talking. I'm about to play it so y'all can listen, right? Your own self will listen to it. That's what's going on with Joseph Nyumah Boakai. The Pape is serious, fresh. I'm not joking here. The Pape doing it, man. Let me get back there. I'm trying to get back to that video, that clip that I had, right? So,
partners,
listen.
Investors, the private sector investment, to make them feel that we are here for business, and this business, their investment will impact the young people, but the young people need to be trained, and we know that there are things that we can jumpstart that could bring a little relief to the public. Like I have said, there is an outgoing government. There are a lot of areas in which we can begin to alleviate the suffering of the people. We're going to examine those areas, like where we know that the prices of commodities, essential commodities like rice and things, where we know that there have been some tariffs that we can work with right away, the petroleum products and some of these things here. We want to do those things that I will begin to alleviate. But I have said that in the first 100 days, no car will get stuck in the mud. That means these critical road conditions, we lessen them, because once you improve the road, the travel, the prices of commodities, all of that have reflected. On the job market, we're going to be very cautious because People have a lot of expectations in government, but in government, we have to know what we're inheriting, and that's what the transition team is working with. I come with a knowledge and with experience and a commitment to make Liberia a different country, a country in which the young people, our women, will know that it is time for them to be relieved. And we come to make them know that, yes, it's not going to be an overnight thing, but we come with a serious commitment to make sure that we make life easier for them.
You talk about the women. Any plans for women empowerment in Liberia?
Very much so. And, I have worked with women. When I was vice president of Liberia, one of the areas in which a lot of my first few months were utilized were with the marketing association. I worked with them until we got them organized, until we got money to create a real LMA that will become independent. That's why you see that the government, with all their muscling, they can tamper with them. We made sure that there was a law firm that put together their constitution to protect them, that we provided money for them to get a business entity that put them together to teach them some business. And those areas where mostly women control. Beside that, we intend to bring on board women, capable women. And I want to say, we don't want any token relation. We want people who are competent and capable and deserve the positions they get. Gender issues have always been issues close to my heart. And women involvement, we want to make sure that that is ensured. But I can tell you, the Liberians do understand where we're coming from. We want to make them know, we build a confidence that, yes, rescue is here, relief is here, but we have to move it at a level that we don't give any false assurances to anybody.
Let's look at the health system in Liberia. You mentioned it during your campaign. A lot of people say it's either non-existent or, Liberians would have to go to neighboring countries or even, southern part of the continent to go seek for medical attention. Mr. President-elect, how do you plan to tackle this? Because it's a serious issue.
I have worked with the health sector when I was in government. And you will see that we have Jamale, where now they do, people can go and do their examinations instead of going to Ghana. We have in mind to increase more of that on a regional basis to make sure that people can go somewhere instead of coming all the way to Monrovia to check there. A lot of people say the person just sat down and died. People don't just sit down and die. But that there will be possibilities that people will know at an early stage the condition of their health. Besides that, we want to open opportunities for all our hospitals and clinics to be functional. And when I say functional, there's a belief in a country that once you build a building, it's a clinic, or once you build a building, it's a school. We want to make those things real, that when we build a hospital, it has the right people, and those people will be paid, the nurses.
Did you hear that? That's the healthcare. He's attacking the issue of healthcare. Now, you can't just build a building and you call it a hospital. You can't just build a building and it's empty and you call it a school. What makes a hospital a hospital? What makes a school is the people and the technocrats that you bring on board, the teachers, the qualified staff that you bring, the doctors. Liberia has a lot of doctors that are trained overseas. They want to come and work for their country. But the healthcare system or the healthcare sector It's not vibrant enough. It's not equipped. These people learn overseas with all kinds of technology and stuff. And then they come back to help their own country, and they find institutions that or hospitals that have messed up, and they go back to 1840 way of treating. No, you frustrate these people's efforts and they leave and they come back. Why they learn everything? That's what happened, right? This is the kind of stuff that old man Ambassador Boakai is talking about. He understands that when you build a hospital and that hospital is equipped with the latest MRI machines, X-ray machines, where all these major tests, instead of Liberians traveling to Ghana, to Nigeria, Ivory Coast, why can we have it in our own country? We have the technicians and the trained and those who are trained to do that, to administer that. They are there. We have them. God has blessed us with many of them overseas, and they are willing to come back. As well as other foreigners are willing to come back, because when you develop your country and it's so vibrant, in the healthcare sector, you attract other doctors, other personnel from other foreign countries that will come to your country wanting to work. So they bring all that experience, they bring all that they have learned from other countries, come in, because this is something that he said that is so key, that someone can't just get up overnight and die. Nobody just get up overnight and die. No, something must be telling you, creeping in the system, right? All of us, our bodies has a way of speaking to us. Something will happen to us and we ignore it. Something will happen to you. Your body is sending you messages that you need to go to the doctor. You're not feeling well. Something is going wrong, and we ignore it because we want to act strong, or because of the lack of money, poverty as well causes all of that. So many factors cause that. A lot of our people not wanting to go to the hospital for treatment or local clinics, poverty, no money. So we ignore it. We fight it the old way, and then it keeps creeping. It keeps creeping. It keeps creeping. Over time, that person just disappears. Something just happened. They die. And as a result, they say they killed that male. Oh, they killed that papi. Overnight. These are the things we need to work out. When we have good healthcare system, our clinics are working. Not just any kind of clinic. A clinic that has physicians that are legally registered, that went to school and learned, doctors that are representing those local community clinics. They are active, and those clinics are equipped, right? We have the right kind of medicine in the country, not expired medicine, not medicine that people bring. They come and remove the expired labels on it and put their own labels on it, because this is the kind of stuff that people are eating themselves, feeding themselves with, called a medicine in Liberia, right? All of that kinds of stuff happening, right? These importers import most of these expired drugs into the country. And this is where someone who should be the Minister of Health needs to understand and have a task force that is robust, a task force that is willing to crack down on criminals. Because at the end of the day, when these people import all these expired drugs and they remove all those expired labels and put on their own labels on it, who is taking it? Who goes to these drug stores to buy those medicine? The Liberian people. The effect is on the Liberian people. The victims are the Liberian people. This is what happened. So because Joseph Nyumah Boakai fully understand that appointments are key. This is why he's saying, anyone coming to work in his government, you must declare your asset. You must know, you must have the competence. You must be willing to work. And you must desist from corruption. Because when you are caught, you'll be fired, prosecuted. If found guilty, you go into Saw Beach. Liberian people know how to deal with it. When you say example on 2, 3, 4, 5 people, the message will go down clear. Liberian people can't just holler with stubborn, but we're really not stubborn. But change begins from the top. And he's willing to start the change from the top. That's it. When change begins from the top, from the head, and he understanding fully well that he's the head, right? That it starts with him. The boss begins with him. And begin to implement those. The message will go down clear. It will go down, it will trickle down to all the different various ministries. The message will go down to the legislature, right? All of that. That's what will happen, folks. So that's Joe Boakai on the healthcare. Jamal, a hospital right there by the EAWA junction. That's one hospital he just talked about. That we don't only need that kind of hospital in the city. That is a hospital that partner with Ghana. You do all your tests. Sometimes you have to send all your tests to Ghana, to the labs in Ghana, do all the labs and send the results back. No. It's like we need those, even in the hinterland to all our local major cities, those kinds of hospitals. It helps. Healthcare is very important. Not many people will live to see 79 years old like this old man. The secret there is he prioritized his health. He exercised. He eat right. He eat the good kind of food to take care of himself. But Liberian man, when we eat, the next thing on top of it, one beer on top of it. And we're not active. We don't even want to go walk. We don't even want to go jog. We don't want to do stretches. We don't want exercise. We just want to sit around and talk politics all day. And that's why, as a result, you invite diabetes. You invite all kinds of sicknesses, into your body. By the time you look, you see a 50-some-year-old man. No, not 50. You see a 30-some-year-old or 40-some-year-old man as though they are 50 or 60s. That's it. When you go find out their age, that's small ball. The only thing, they get big God in front of them moving up and down. That big God and that bluffy God. The Liberian people have a mentality when someone has a big stomach, that means they're enjoying life. No, that's a problem to your health. Those are the issues. Education. We got to educate our people. Not because when your stomach growing big and you're getting fat, that is okay. No, it's not. Because small sickness grab you. You gone. You finish. High blood pressure, hypertension, all of that stuff. Diabetes, all of that in our body. So you got to. This healthcare thing is a personal thing. You got to take a personal thing. You got to exercise. Exercise. If you can't exercise like other people, small. You can walk. Cut down some calories. What you eat. Because the common sense is what you put in your mouth is what's going to come out. That's it. Exercise. Do some stretches in your apartment, in your home. Do some stretches. You don't have to have a whole gym of machines or whatsoever. You can drink. There are common stretches. You can do push-ups. You can lift up. You get rock on this side, you exercise. Lift up. Push, go on the wall, exercises. Lay down on your back, lift all your feet up, down. Do all those exercise stretches and stuff. They are good for your body. It's good. It's all part of healthcare. It's all part of the health. Because if your body is not healthy, if you are not healthy, there is no way you will be able to do the things you want to do in life. The people that care about you, you will not have the time to enjoy them or spend time with them because there's pain in the body. Once you have a back pain, you can't go out to go do the things you want to do with your buddies and your colleagues and your friends. You got a headache, a migraine or a headache or whatever. You don't want to talk to nobody. You don't even want to hear sound. Folks, this is the importance, the essence of this show. We attack what is positive, what is good, not negativity. Negativity doesn't help us. It destroys us. It destroys us as a people, right? So let's work together as a family. Liberia is all we got. Liberia is all we got. You don't find people passing over the age of 60. Not many people 60 in Liberia, they die. Young people dying every day. Young people dying every day. The older people you find today are the ones that work hard in the coffee farm, on the palm nut farm, doing all their cocoa, doing their farm work. Those are the people that stay alive long, old people. Because what? Those activities, those jobs are physical jobs that kept their body in shape. Yeah. Even the motorcycle that you ride for living, you ride motorcycle, you're sitting down on your butt all day, up and down. Eventually, as soon as you hit 40 or 50, you start having back issues. Now, what can happen? Now, what motorcycle can do? Because you're bouncing, you all day up and down in a pothole, up and down. That's what it does. So find something to do that will help you. Sitting too long on your back is not good. You sit in the office all day. Get up, do a walk around, spin around, do a walk, track your calories, all of that stuff. And you got to avoid certain food. You put so much starchy food in your system, and you're not doing all these exercises. You're not working to lose the weight and all this starch to let it go out, calories, it becomes a problem for your health. I don't know how I jumped from politics to healthcare. This is the fun part of this business. I just jumped from Joseph Nyumah Boakai talking about healthcare and hospitals and how he's going to revamp the economy in the area of healthcare. And that just took me a whole different thing into healthcare. And this is why we have to bring health practitioners on this platform to talk about health, the importance of health, those minor things that we need to do to curtail mosquito bites. There are ways to get rid of mosquitoes in our environment, in our society or communities. Wastewater. When dirty water sitting out all over the place, mosquitoes, you attract them around your house or whatsoever. You keep water dirty, you pass it, you get it, you waste it right behind your bike, your house. Dirty water can attract mosquitoes. And then when it bites you, you get typhoid fever, all this stuff. All kinds of mosquitoes biting you. That's why our kids, you high fever. And mosquito is the number one killer. Malaria is the number one killer in Africa. Why can't we do something about it when we can proactively attack it though? Malaria. That's why you find people like Bill Gates. The Bill Gates Foundation is investing and donating billions of dollars in Africa every year just to fight malaria. Mosquitoes, not people. That's why some of us don't like to live in the city when we're in Liberia. We want to sit down way in the bush somewhere where it's the air, the quality of air alone is beautiful, it's awesome, nice. That's it. That's what we want to do. But in the city, with infestation, other insects, feces, garbage, trash everywhere, everything that we eat, we drop it. The same place where we sit down, we eat it, we finish, we put it down, we drop it. When you travel out of the country, you come to the other people's country, you do that one here. You get a ticket, you get a fine. You driving in your car, you eat, then you bring your window down, you put banana peeling, you throw it outside. The next car behind you will call 911 and call your license plate, you're in trouble. You see, the people take responsibility. They take their healthcare serious. That's why you find so many people that live here all the way in their 80s, 90s. They are still strong. The Omar and Papa driving. Somebody in their 80s, 90s driving behind their wheel, going to Walmart, to the market to go buy food. Why? Because the people take their healthcare so serious. Healthcare is a personal thing. When the government creates the environment for us, now it becomes a personal responsibility for us as individuals to harness that and take care of it. That's what we do. Healthcare is important, folks. So Joseph Nyumah Boakai is getting ready to come to Liberia. Let me get back to that as a way of information. He also talks about the gender equality, that in his administration, he's going to set the gender equality, where women have opportunity, to employ access, to funds to help their little businesses, where women can engage in the decision making. It's not just men. In fact, to me, the best people to run a country, to organization to become very effective, are women. Women, folks. I'm telling you, women. That's what can happen. Women. So in any organization, when you employ women, you put women in your organization, it helps in a lot of ways. It helps you. Because the thing is, you must just have the right message and a truthful message. When the woman believes in it, she gets pregnant with it. She takes it and runs with it. She's going to support you and go at all lengths. That's what happened to women. When you put women in power and they understand, you lay the groundwork, the blueprint, and they know that if they succeed in this, it is going to help their children and the future children to come. They're going to fight hard for it. Yeah. Who calling me Dr. Sam? my sister calling me doctor. I'm not doctor. I know Dr. Yo. Dr. Sam. Yaka calling me Dr. Sam. I beg you. So that's it, folks. I'm telling y'all. So Joe Boakai, I'm trying to find that piece, get back to that piece so we can see what next he has to say. And then we'll be able to wrap up from here. Right? Just listen. Enjoy this last piece. If I get it, because I moved from one screen to the next. So
we start by making sure those people that we bring to cabinet are people of integrity. And secondly, want to make sure that even beginning with myself, we'll declare our assets and want to make sure that this is well known, the purpose of coming to government, to know that it's public service. And if you are not ready to serve the public, you can go elsewhere. But we want to make sure that we start on a clear note that the people of our country stood on line, they protected the votes, not to bring a team again that will do the same thing that other people are doing or worse. So it's a clear message, declare your asset, make sure that we are prepared to audit the outgoing government so that they tell the Liberian people of their stewardship, and to make sure that we start on a footing where people know that they come to serve the public and not themselves. If they don't understand that, they actually fall where it may.
Mr. President, like you talked about asset declaration starting from yourself and the people who work with you, as well as the outgoing administration. How do you plan to avoid the semblance of targeting people? Because some people will say these are politically motivated to tarnish their reputation or to go against them, people from certain tribes or specific parts of the country. How do you plan to avoid this?
We are aware of that. And when we talk about auditing, it's not going to be a Liberian auditing. We want to make sure that our international partners work with us for a public tender, for competent and renowned auditing firm that will be qualified at an international level to make sure they come on board to do that. We are aware of people saying witch hunting. But I don't think it's witch hunting when you have to account for your stewardship, but it has to be done in a way that is well established, entity with reputation to make sure that it audits and make sure that it reports to the public the findings.
Sometimes.
So there you have it. That those of you who have many concerns about auditing, about accountability, Joseph Nyumah Boakai is giving you what you voted for. He said the people stood in line to give a mandate. The people stood in line. They took the mantle and the mantra in their own hand to stand in line in the rain or shine. They stood in line. They fought in every way to making sure that Joseph Nyumah Boakai becomes president. He said the least he will do is to let them down, that mandate. So accountability is prime number one on his list. And he attacked that because the outgoing administration officials are saying it's witch hunting. It's not witch hunting. This is what every responsible government should do. Every responsible government. This will tell the Liberian people that you've done a good job, and the Liberian people will appreciate you if you didn't steal from the Liberian people. So the aspect of transitioning the government over with a full international audit or auditing firm in charge would be good. So if you did bad, the Liberian people will know. If you did good, the Liberian people will be pleased and say, hey, kudos, congratulations. People are just talking nonsense about you, but you did well. So it's not witch hunting. And all of this is being done in compliance with the law, within the framework of the law. Nobody is going out of the law. They're doing this, and I think Joseph Nyumah Boakai is going to allow this to take place, not just the George Weah administration, but as far back under his administration and that of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, as the law will allow. I think he will do that because he wants to set a precedent. He wants to lay the groundwork. He wants to lay the foundation solid for any other future president that will be coming after him. Yeah, because in any house, when you're building a story house, a 4-story building or 5-story building, the thing that matters most in that house is the foundation. How you lay the foundation. What kind of foundation are you laying? That is what will hold the weight as you build going forward. Those basic things. Anyone who's into construction will tell you that. That foundation, if you're building a 5-story building, foundation is very, very key. Very key. Because there's a lot of weight that's going to come. Right? So you need solid ground cement in that foundation, a lot of steel rods in that foundation, a lot of rocks in that foundation. Right? And even the cement that you're mixing with the sand, the cement has to be more rich, solid. Now you mix half of it, one bag of cement to 5 bags of wheelbarrow sand. You will have a cracked foundation. So understanding that, coming into government to understand that. You know what the Liberian people have benefited from with the incoming administration? I'll tell you this. Joe Biden, who is the current president of the United States of America, has served all his life in government as a representative, as a senator, and as a vice president to President Barack Obama. So he's been there. He understood the inner workings of government. He saw. After Obama left, he decided to campaign, and he won. Nothing really is taking him by surprise because he's been there. Liberia is fortunate and blessed enough to have the same almost scenario play out here, right? With Joseph Boakai being in government, working in all facets of government, and being a vice president to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf for 12 solid years. He's been there. He's seen it. He sat and watched how things are done. He knows where the corruption is, right? But there's nothing he could just do because he was not the one calling the shots. Ellen Johnson was the one to call the shots. So he understood that. First, let's go back one more step. The days when we were growing up. President Tubman, the days of the True Whig Party. President Tubman, his vice president was Talbot, William R. Talbot. Talbot was a minister, stood there as a vice president with Tubman for years. He understood how the inner workings of government are done. So when the time came for him to take over, President Talbot now, nothing really was that strange to him. He knew, he had a firm idea as to how and what to do. That is how people succeed. That is how people, but you see, when you go to the days of President Talbot, he did so well. He did so well. He took Liberia to a different level. But the problem I have with our Liberian president is this, and with this Uncle Sam, America is, when you become a Liberian president and you don't line up with American policies, you set yourself up for failure. I don't know why. It's just politics. And I don't know why Uncle Sam does that. You know, yeah. All those presidents that couldn't do any better, you know, they were radical enough that they couldn't line up well with Uncle Sam, the United States. They wiped them out. Charles Taylor is one. Samuel Doe is another one. So you see, so in his policies, these war powers that we have, they got a problem. But it's just like when you get rat sitting out over you, you don't know what to do with it. These war powers, France, Great Britain, and America, they are the one that's sitting out over Africa already. And our African leaders need to cooperate and come and work under unison, under one voice, to remove that rock, that weight that is destroying our continent. That's it. It's going to be a long fight. It has been a fight ongoing that has taken the lives of many leaders. We understand that. You know, the scramble for Africa. That's what's going on. Because God blessed Africa. Africa is rich. If we stand by ourselves, we are united as one continent, the rest of the world will come to us. We will make the calls. We will call the shots. Because everything the rest of the world needs is coming out of Africa. Anything that you think of is in Africa. God has blessed the continent of Africa. But because they understand that, the West understand that so well, they bring division among us to divide us, bring division. That's it. So the more we fall apart, the better for them, right? That is the technique. That is their strategy, you know. So when you act like you play like you're so smart, they get rid of you. They get into your government to destabilize it. They start supporting a strong opposition, somebody, you know, come against you. Your own people just begin to fight among each other now. Fight among each other to destroy yourselves. And the Bible said a house divided against itself cannot stand. That's true. Nobody is able to come inside your house and kill you if someone inside your house does not sell you or find a way, some way, somehow for an outsider to come in. Somebody got to talk about you. Somebody got to show you a weak point. As a matter of fact, who sold Jesus for 30 pieces of silver? Who sold? Judah. Somebody within. Always know it. For you to be vulnerable to your colleagues, your friends, your fears, or environment, it got to do with someone who's always within. Nobody who has no knowing of what's happening about you, will just come and take care of you or take your life like that. Somebody, even some of you guys, some of our own Liberian people, that it can poison with food and stuff. Nobody will just poison you from the outside, somebody who doesn't know you. It got to be some relative or some connection, some way, somehow within that will poison you just because of the good that you are to them or who you are, what you're doing. Evil. Folks, this is where we are. It's all part of life. It's all part of life. And before I take leave of you, as the saying goes, every good thing must come to an end. I'm looking for this announcement so I can quickly read it here. Let me see. This death announcement. One of our young pastor's brothers who died. I wish I had it loaded up so I could put it up. Death announcement, but I will read it anyway. This is to announce the sudden death of our son, brother, father, nephew, and Pastor James Fala from Sodu, Foya District, whose untimely demise took place on Monday, December 18, 2023, in Monrovia, Liberia. Funeral services are as follows. Silent wakekeeping Thursday, which is today, December 21st, 2023, at his residence in Tinker Village, Guest House Road at 8 p.m. So that is already ongoing. And funeral services is Friday, December 22nd, 2023 at 10 a.m. at the Apostolic Doctrine Church Chapel Ministry, followed by his burial at the Mombastown Cemetery, Robertsfield Highway. Pastor James Fala leaves behind his wife, Teresa S. Fala, 6 children, sisters, brothers, uncles, and many spiritual children. May his soul rest in peace. For any of you who would love to contact them, the family, as well, or direction to the church, contact Mother Mercy Dean at 0886 639895 or 0776 884 026. I hope that you keep that death announcement is for the late James Fala. May your soul rest in peace, brother. We are with you, praying for you and the entire family. And our condolences as well on behalf of the Talk TV media family to all of them. And of course, a special condolence to the Victor Howard family. They just buried their brother who just passed just suddenly yesterday. As a matter of fact, was the burial. To all the Howard family, on behalf of the Talk TV media family, our condolences as well. Samuel Howard. So folks, it's just a sad way to end the show. But we are done. And so this is how we're going to leave you with this piece of a song from Bunkanti.